Hi, this is Sarah Richards Desai at UB School of Social Work Global Interest Group. I'm here with Holly Lavin, who's here to talk with us today about her trip to the Dominican Republic, which was also her global field placement. Thanks for coming.
Thanks so much for having me.
Great. So we'll just get started with some basic questions. How did your interest in this topic originate?
So I actually attended the Global to Local Luncheon about international field placements 2 years ago when I was a foundation student, and it just caught my attention, and I thought, when else am I going to get this opportunity?
Nice. That's a great connection.
Yeah, yep.
So can you give us some background on the topic and explain the current status of the project or issue at hand?
Sure. So I did an internship at a school, and the school was located in an area that was very impoverished. There were many issues such as domestic violence, hunger, just a variety of issues that really had an impact on students' mental health. Mm-hmm. So that was the main topic that I wanted to focus on when I was there. Is there anything else with that I didn't answer?
Oh, no, that's great.
Okay.
So why do you think it's important for social workers to understand things like having a global placement or any of the issues that you ran into?
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like the experience that I had there was just different than anything else I've ever had. And, we're taught about cultural competency and we learn about it. And, I'm not saying we can't get those experiences locally, because of course you can. But I felt like it really developed my cultural competency in a way that is really helping me in my social work, in the social work field today.
That's great. So there was a real application for you once you graduated and were working in the field.
Yep, definitely.
Wonderful. So what role do you think social workers play in terms of global social work or, like you mentioned, cultural competence in their practice?
Right. So I felt like it was my job to not only, take a lot of the things that I learned about the culture and just in general and take that back into my social work practice, but then to also, remind myself that I didn't want to push my values on anyone else. So, whether it was different cultural practices or even things with the language that, I really had to adjust to. And remember, I am in someone else's country. I'm learning their ways. They're not supposed to be adjusting to my culture. So just taking that and then really applying it, like I said, to my job now and working with different clients has been really helpful.
That sounds like a really great stance to be taking wherever you're doing work or whoever your clients are.
Yes, it's been really, really helpful.
That's great. That's good to hear. So our last question is, what do you recommend to social workers or social work students if they want to learn more or contribute or help in regards to a global perspective in social work?
Sure. Well, speaking specifically to an international placement, when I first was interested in this, I spoke with Laura Lewis, the director of field education, and that was extremely helpful. She really took me through the steps of that. But also in general, just, doing your research and seeing what's out there. I mean, I wanted to go to a Spanish-speaking country because I had a little bit of a background in speaking Spanish through, past internship experiences in undergrad. So kind of finding what your interest is and then kind of narrowing in and seeing, okay, is there a certain issue that I want to focus on? Is there a certain country that I've always wanted to visit? And just really kind of starting from more general interest and then focusing in what's from there.
That's great. And it sounds like definitely building on some of the skills and experiences you'd had prior and getting information early from Laura.
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. Well, is there anything else that you want to share?
I think that's it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for coming and for speaking to us, not just in this interview, but for the Global to Local today.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.